and welcome to Take the Stairs podcast. A podcast about everything. We're going to talk about sports, news, and just funny stories from our lives. So we really appreciate you tuning in. And please give us a follow on Twitter at Take the Stairs Podcast or email us at takethestairs.podcast@gmail.com. Um, and of course, we will always be doing this podcast over drinks. So, Trey, what are you drinking today?
I'm drinking Juggernaut wine. The bottle's pretty sweet.
Yes, beautiful bottle.
Yep.
Sexy as always. All right. And then this evening, I am drinking Dos Equis, a classic beer. Uh, I would be drinking wine as well, but we went to a vineyard earlier this afternoon, and I had a little too much. So,
Yes, definitely. That was very interesting.
yes. Yes, you have to be careful with wine flights. For those of you new to drinking, it's not the same as a beer flight. So,
Nope.
there we go. So, to start, breaking news: COVID cases are spiking in the U.S., ladies and gentlemen, and I don't give a shit. Trey, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're gonna go for a little bit, probably like 4th of July stuff going on, but I don't know. I think they're gonna go back down. I'm not too concerned. I don't know. I think,
Yes,
yeah,
everybody's vaccinated at this point. If you don't want to be vaccinated, hey, that's your call.
yeah,
Yeah, keep it open, I think.
yeah. I mean, we're both vaccinated, so I don't think we're too
Yeah,
concerned.
we'll keep tearing up those vineyards,
Yep.
going out there and having a good time.
Mhm. Yep. The
All right.
do you know the I think they said the Pfizer vaccine is going to have like a booster. Did you hear about that?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, so that's
Um,
interesting.
yes, so Pfizer and Moderna, I think, are going to have to both get a booster, and then J&J, which we both got, through our university, we don't have to get one for a while, so that's kind of nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what has been like 3 months since we got our vaccine? I think.
Yep, three
Something like
months.
that. Yeah. So not too long ago. Still pretty
No.
fresh.
Yeah. I'm feeling good. About killed me though when I got it.
Oh god, yeah. Oh yeah, you were out like passing out and I was perfectly fine.
Yep,
That was
that was
interesting.
awful.
Yeah, Grant was struggling, but made it through.
It doesn't treat small people well.
No.
If you are of, you're vertically disabled, it's going to be rough. I'm sorry.
Yep. So, yeah.
All right, so let's start talking about sports. A lot of sports stories going on. We got the NBA Finals going on right now, and the Olympics coming up. So we'll talk about the NBA Finals first, which the biggest discussion is on the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis.
Yep.
Specifically, ever since Giannis led them to win Game 3, the entire media has been adoring him and atoning him for all of his sins of shooting 50% from the free throw all playoffs long.
Yeah, I mean, it's yeah, I think they're going probably a little crazy. Twitter's going nuts, but which we
Yes,
are on Twitter. Give us a follow.
yes, yeah.
Twitter's going crazy about it. This is Tuesday, July 13th when we're recording this. So the game 4 is tomorrow. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Um, but yeah, I mean, Giannis is definitely a monster. He's like freakishly tall and good at basketball. So I think he's going to continue to do well, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, certainly Giannis has the potential to be. He's going to fill the legend shoes. He's got the potential to be LeBron James, Kevin Durant caliber, and he already is in some ways. But I think it is crazy the fact that he has let his team down so many times throughout this playoff series already, and then now in the finals, he played great in the second and third game. Didn't have a great first game, and now people are just
Yeah.
comparing him to Michael Jordan and Shaq and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and look, I pulled up some of the stats here. He's got a lot of rebounds, but I think personally, I think rebounds are becoming overrated. It's something that people aren't really caring about now. It's like whoever's staying back is just getting the rebounds. So I don't know, but he had 20 and 17 in the first game, and he shot really bad. Um, Obviously from the line too. And then yeah, second game 40 and 10, third game 40 and 10. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see if he has a good game 4. Maybe some ideas will change. But Bucks got to win the next one. They got to go 2-2. If they don't, down 3-1, that's a big deal. So
Yes, that
yeah.
is huge deal. 100% that is huge deal.
Hmm.
Yeah. Who do you think will win game 4?
Oh, it's so tough. But I think I'm gonna go with the Suns.
The Suns. All right.
I think Devin Booker is going to get out of whatever happened recently and start playing well. And Chris Paul's well. I don't think they're going to win.
Hot take. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, even though I was just shitting on Giannis, I have to say I think he will once again go off in game 4, and they will win.
All right.
He will be a monster, and I am pulling for him big time. I'm a big fan, and I want him to tie Jordan's record of 4 games in a row at 40 plus points
Yeah,
in
that'd be
the
crazy.
playoffs. That'd be awesome. So definitely pulling for that. Also in basketball news is the U.S. men's basketball team. Specifically, the fact that they have lost to both Nigeria and Australia within the past couple days.
Yeah.
Quite painful for USA men's basketball.
Yeah, I have no idea what's happening there. Where, I mean, like the fact that they're losing, I mean, it's exhibition games. So, like, I don't know. I get it. Maybe they're not playing hard, but people have been saying that they're playing hard. So,
They certainly look like they're playing hard.
yeah.
They certainly look like it, but they're definitely struggling. Although, right before the recording of this podcast, this is July 13th at 9 o'clock. So, right before this, the U.S. did beat Argentina 108 to 80. But that's Argentina. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You
I
should be able
mean,
to win that game.
yeah, I mean that's what I think that's what we expect to happen. Destroy everyone
Hmm.
that we play. Especially, I mean, who's on that team? KD's on that team.
I mean,
Um,
the U.S. men's basketball team is, I mean, you got KD, Bradley Beal, Damian Lillard.
yeah,
Um, I mean, there's just
yeah.
so
I
many.
mean, just those guys alone should be
Yeah, yeah.
enough.
Yeah, those 3.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. See, they better pick it
Yes,
up.
I hope they bring back gold.
Yep.
The U.S. never wins gold in anything, it seems like. So, obviously a joke, people. Um, and then also, in related to basketball, we have the Stephen A. Smith controversy. This was heartbreaking.
Oh God, you know how I feel about him. So
Yes, neither of us are huge Stephen A. Smith fans, but he has been a staple of our childhood, and he is in trouble for talking bad about an Asian baseball player, Steve Acuna, I believe. Or no, that's Braves.
yeah,
That is the
Otani.
Braves.
Otani's the
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, there
he's
we go.
like so this guy, I don't know if you know too much about it yet, but this guy is a pitcher, but he's got like 20 home runs. So he's crushing the ball and he's in the AL, so he's hits DH for himself and people are comparing him to Babe Ruth. I don't know how I feel about it yet cuz like this is one of the first years he's kind of shown up, so we need pretty early in his career I would say, to be comparing him to Babe Ruth. But he is a pitcher and hitting a lot of home runs, so pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, baseball is certainly not my forte, but I can respect greatness. Um, but what's fascinating is everybody thinks Stephen A. Smith will be fired or let go from ESPN, which is shocking.
Crazy.
It's hard to imagine ESPN without Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
their spokesman now. It seems
Yeah.
like.
Yes, especially. It was interesting to me that he was even talking about baseball when that's not his
Yeah,
forte.
I mean his thing is definitely basketball, but he also talks about the
Yeah.
NFL a little bit. But his takes are kind of whack. But uh, yeah, I can't see how he would know much about baseball anyway. But
Yeah, I mean, he's 100% a basketball guy, so it is quite interesting. I personally think ESPN will probably let him go. Um, his apology, he released a pretty lengthy apology. Y'all can give it a Google and find it. It has caught a lot of flack, though. People aren't very happy with his apology.
mm-hmm.
They think that he took the easy way out and all. So
Yep.
we'll see about that one. Um, Moving on in sports news, to mention this briefly, a lot of people don't care about tennis, but Novak Djokovic did win Wimbledon this past Sunday. And the importance of that is that he is now tied with Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer for 20 Grand Slams, making tennis history as a men's player, which is pretty incredible.
Mm-hmm.
The only person to have more is Serena Williams on the women's side, who I believe is at 23 Grand Slams.
Jeez,
Yes, so
it's
maybe
crazy.
Novak Djokovic will catch up to that on the men's side and get up to 23.
We'll see.
I personally,
You know how old he is? I can look that up.
Djokovic,
Yeah.
I believe he's 34.
So he's pretty young.
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
How old is he?
He is 34.
34. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I personally, I'm a big tennis fan, and I'm of the belief that Novak Djokovic is the greatest ever. I
Hot
don't, I
take.
don't think it's even debatable.
Debate in the comments.
Yes, yes, debate in the comments. I mean, I just hands down, he's so good. His game is so good. And then also in unpopular sports here in the United States, we have the Euro Cup was this past Sunday to
Yes.
talk about soccer. So any international listeners, I'm sure you give a shit. Um, but yeah, Italy beat England, which is crazy. Beat them in PKs. And that
Mm-hmm.
sparked a lot of racial tension in the UK as well, as three black players missed PKs
Mm.
during the penalty shootout for England.
That's
And
rough.
yes,
Yeah.
and there's been a lot of backlash against them and racism online and in person.
Mm.
So hate to see that. Feel for those guys,
Yeah.
but
Some of those I saw some of those saves. They're crazy. The
oh
goalies and
yeah,
stuff. It's nuts.
the goalies have phenomenal saves.
Yeah.
They really did.
It's
Um,
it's insane.
yeah. It was a good Euro Cup, and congrats, Italy. Haven't had much success lately on the international soccer stage. Great job. I love pizza and wine, so
Of course.
I'm rooting for you. Yes.
Yep.
And then next in sports, let's talk about the massive NCAA ruling where college athletes can now profit off of their name, likeness, popularity, their brand.
Yes. Yeah. It's crazy. I never thought that that would happen, to be honest. But
It is crazy. It's yeah. I mean, I figured it would happen at some point, but I figured it would be a good ways down the road.
yeah, it's crazy
Uh,
that it happened so soon.
yes, I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how fast it's been implemented. They came out with
Mhm.
that ruling, and immediately it was in action. Um,
Mhm.
I work with a store to the university that I go to, and we have already had athletes at the university reach out and try and get endorsements with us and brand deals, even though the ruling just happened in a
Mhm.
week. So it's fascinating. Um, I know college athletes who from high school who have gone on to big schools, and they've already created clothing brands and all kinds of things like that.
Hmm. Yeah, so I mean, people are already making bank off of this. Like
Yeah.
I heard there's one school, I can't think of it. I don't remember what school it is, but they're already got a deal. Everyone's gonna make like $500 a month just to take like photo shoots, like the whole team, not even like the bench warmers. Everyone's making $500 a month now, which is
No, that's cool.
yeah, that alone is like
Yeah.
a big deal because I mean, people that don't get scholarships are going to be part of that too. So good for those guys. Happy to see uh, people being able to make some money, and yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Now, I like that the whole team gets in
Mhm.
on the action because
Mhm.
the whole thing of making money off your likability that definitely favors the star positions.
Yeah.
Your point guards in basketball, your quarterbacks, receivers, running back in football, and then it kind of leaves out the other people. People don't really give a shit about the center usually in basketball or the linemen in
Mhm.
football. So I like that.
Yeah.
Let's get everybody some cash because they all deserve it.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, they all work out the same. They're all going to practice, and that'll definitely be interesting to see how like people are definitely going to get favored more than others. I mean, that's the way it is in sports, and um, college will be no different. But these team deals, like as a whole team, are pretty cool too. So
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And it is fascinating. I read an article about some major names who have already signed massive deals. And actually, I haven't talked to you about this. The number one college athlete in popularity and now money, the amount of money she's going to make. Uh, do you have any idea who it is?
no, I mean I haven't heard about this.
I don't remember her name, but she is a gymnast from UCLA, I believe.
Huh?
I think a lot of people would think it'd be some star quarterback at Alabama or
Yeah.
whatever, but no, it's a gymnast from UCLA. She has a massive social media following, and she is the most popular athlete and is believed to make the most profits here initially due to
Yeah.
this ruling.
Let me see. I'm
So
trying
it's
to
fascinating.
find. Um, I don't know. I don't want to butcher this name either. Oh my god. Um, I can't. I don't see it.
Give it a shot because Stephen A. Smith also got in trouble for butchering the Nigerian men's basketball team's names.
Yes, he did. So if he's not canceled, I don't get canceled. It may be Naya Dennis. I don't know. I see her name. Um, that seems interesting. Apparently, UCLA gymnastics, is that what it is? Is that what you said?
Uh, I believe it was UCLA.
They
Yes.
have like a huge gymnastics team.
Yes, they do. They have
Yeah, like
massive
this is crazy.
teams. It was either Caitlin Ohashi or Ignaya Dennis. I don't remember exactly.
Hmm. Yeah, that's crazy though. All right.
Yes.
Well, that
Um,
so yeah, I would not have expected that at all.
it was a great article. I'll try to find it and throw it up on our Twitter if anybody's interested in that. Yeah, and then that article talked about how different states' tax laws could potentially change the uh, competitive nature of college athletics. So, for example, California has stricter tax laws, New York has stricter tax laws. You have to pay more on what you make. And so, college athletes who are 5-star, 4-star recruits, they may decide to go to states like Texas and Florida where they will have to pay less on the money that they make. So, it could potentially affect the competitive nature of states with higher tax um, codes. So,
Hmm. Yeah, I heard about that too. I would definitely. I mean, that's a big deal. If you don't have to pay as many taxes or whatever, I mean, and you're a big star, definitely changing schools will make a difference.
That is a huge deal. Yes.
Yeah. So like these states are going to get like better recruiting then from that potentially, right?
Yeah, I mean that
Yeah.
is what's theorized is that states like UT, the Longhorns, or
Mhm.
the Florida Gators, they'll be able to have more pull in recruits due to that financial incentive,
Ooh.
and that it also may lead to states like California to like create loopholes for college athletes just to keep powerhouse schools like UCLA still competitive,
Yeah.
or Stanford, just these massive, storied institutions with great athletic programs.
Mhm. Yeah.
So it'll be fascinating to see what happens there.
Sounds like the NCAA has got a lot of issues now that they're going to have to figure out.
They
Definitely
do have a lot of issues now,
they got a lot of work on
which
their hands.
they certainly do. Which also brings up the Reggie Bush Heisman debacle. A lot of people are
Mhm.
calling for Reggie Bush's Heisman to be reinstated. How do you feel?
I mean, so yeah, I mean it makes sense. But so it's different though because he still broke the rules.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
you have that to deal with. It's the same situation like if they changed like marijuana for the Olympics, um, with the runner, what's her name? I forgot.
Shakari
Um,
Richardson.
yes, yeah,
Yes.
Richardson got banned or for a month or and because she tested positive for marijuana, and so she can't run in the Olympics now. And that's the same thing. Like if they change the rules later, but I mean, you still broke the rule regardless. So I mean, I don't know. I think that's I don't know. Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yes, I agree with you. If you break the rules, I think even though the rules are wrong, they are the rules.
Yeah.
And I think if you go back in time, if you go back and you give Reggie Bush his Heisman, well, now you're gonna have a million other people come up and say, you know, I should deserve this or something. I don't think it's right to go back and try to fix that.
Mm-hmm.
What's done is done. Reggie Bush, come on, you're rich as hell. You won the Heisman. You're a grown man. That should be enough for you.
Yeah.
I think it's that. I don't think it should be made such a big deal of.
Yeah.
And in regards to the Shakari Richardson thing, I mean, I feel the same way. I think it's terrible. I think it's a stupid rule. I mean, who gives a shit if an Olympian is smoking marijuana? Um, but at the same time, it's not a U.S. problem. It's an
Mm-hmm.
international problem, and the rest of the world doesn't feel the way the United States feels about weed. A lot of the areas of the globe are very conservative in regards to marijuana, and the Olympic Committee has to respect that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I don't think
so,
that rule is going to change for a long time.
yeah, I
A
mean,
long, long time. So
I agree with you 100%. And I feel terrible for her. I know, but the rules are the rules, and you
yeah.
can't do that. So
Yeah.
yeah, um, it will be interesting to see. The track team, the U.S. track team, did decline. Shakar Richardson was still eligible to potentially race in the 4x100 relay
Hmm.
team, but the U.S. track team did decline to bring her to Tokyo. So
Interesting.
yes, it seems like they're trying to send a message there.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah,
Yeah.
very interesting.
Also, speaking of the Olympics in Tokyo and everything, there will not be fans at the Olympics. They,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they went under lockdown again, and no fans now. So that's gonna suck to watch on TV and not have fans. That whole atmosphere is gonna change, and they're gonna be. It's gonna be a little more boring, I think. Um, I thought we were kind of getting to be done, but I guess Japan is still struggling with the virus. So will not be fans at the Olympics. It's disappointing.
Yeah, I mean that would definitely change the atmosphere, and also that takes away really the only incentive of hosting the Olympics is the economic. Um, I saw that I saw a poll where the vast majority of Japanese citizens they didn't even want the Olympics to happen in Tokyo due to
Hmm.
COVID-19. Uh,
Interesting.
so it's very very interesting. The government's grappling with
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it will definitely change the atmosphere. I think in some events it will be cool, like wrestling. I think will be cool because like the UFC when they didn't have fans. I thought it was cool to hear everything like the fighters, were saying
That's true. Yeah.
and stuff like that. So I think stuff like that would be cool, but then other things will probably be, yeah, a little lame, little not very energetic.
Yeah, like when someone breaks
Uh,
a world record or something, you're not going to hear an applause. It's just going to be the announcers going, "Oh, they broke the world record," and then there's just silence after that. So
yeah,
it'll be weird for sure. But
yeah, it will be interesting to see how they do it. Like, at the start of COVID, when the NBA did the bubble, the playoffs, they would do the fake fan noise and stuff like that, and they had the fake fans out in the stadium to try to keep that hype up. But I doubt the Olympics is going to do that. So I'm sure watching a basketball game in silence, other than you know,
the squeaks,
other, yeah,
the
yeah,
squeaks on the court, basketball bouncing. It would be
yeah.
just nothing. Yeah, I mean, I doubt the Olympics would do. I mean, they may do something in that regard, but like the NBA bubble, they had like the Zoom calls and stuff, and
Mhm, mhm.
that was cool. But yeah, I mean, I don't think they'll go to that extreme, especially since they don't have as much time now. I mean, this kind of just happened, so they're gonna have to
Uh,
change like everything. So I don't. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do, but.
yes, it will. It will be very interesting for
Hmm.
sure. And then an interesting poll that we tweeted out uh, on our Twitter at Take the Serious Podcast was: do you get a quick layup after missing a shot when shooting around? If you don't know what you're talking about, go check out our Twitter, and you will see a Red Cup News article that we retweeted with a video of what we're talking about. But basically, when you're shooting around with your friend, just on the court shooting some hoops, and you miss, do you get a free quick layup, or does your buddy get to immediately take his shot? Trey,
Yeah,
how do you feel?
I mean, so if any listeners are still confused, I was still confused a little bit. Go check out the Twitter. You'll understand what we're talking about. But yeah, basically, I don't know. I never knew that was really even a thing. I thought you would just whoever got the rebound if you missed, and you just keep shooting. I don't know. I don't think it's that big a deal. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I feel like I've always played where you kind of do get that free uh, layup.
You do?
You know,
You get the pass?
I feel that way. I feel that way. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like just and that's not even just a me thing. I feel like if I go down to just the courts in public,
Mhm.
down in the city or whatever, I feel like that's how people play. You get that layup.
Yeah,
Um,
and I guess it depends on the culture and also where you are, and also probably well, it's different too because if you're asking for the ball, I'll pass you the ball, but if you're just expecting it, I don't know.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's definitely cultural. I think it's definitely place to place.
Yeah,
Every court's got
yeah,
its own culture, its own rules.
yeah.
Um, but I got to go to the yes. You get your quick layup after
You get the
missing a
layup.
shot.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, well, I mean, if you go in after a miss, I'll pass you the ball.
I, I appreciate that. And then another thing we tweeted out was mutant goldfish in
Oh
Minnesota.
my god.
These things are gigantic, people. You have got to check it out. It's from an Associated Press article. Um, and I don't know if they misspelled carbohydrates in this article. because it says carbohydrates. That could be a pun because it's a fish. That's also plausible. But
I am seeing that. Yes.
yeah, I'm curious why they decided that. But anyways, so Minnesota officials say that they're finding more and more giant goldfish in Minnesota waterways. So this has led public officials to plea citizens to stop illegally dumping their unwanted goldfish into ponds and lakes.
That thing is ginormous.
Yes, they are huge. I had
That I
no
mean,
idea a goldfish get that big.
that's like two. That's like a 2-footer or something crazy. That thing.
Yeah,
That's a goldfish.
yes, that is a goldfish.
That's insane.
It's terrifying.
This reminds me of a video I saw where people bought goldfish from a pet store and were like, it was like some stupid TikTok video, but they said this is your like chance to go set fish free, and they went to buy goldfish and they dumped them in the ocean, which, if you don't know, goldfish are freshwater fish being dumped into salt water, immediately killing them.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Disappointing. People are so
How's
stupid.
PETA? How is PETA not on that?
I don't know. It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. These people are trying to start something and actually killing fish here. If we find that, we'll put it on the Twitter. But this is, I mean, that was just absurd. And the video
Yeah,
blew up, obviously, so they're probably famous now. But
they
it's
probably are famous.
it's amazing what you'll find on online and stuff. People are so stupid.
So to give you an idea about the size of these goldfish is Minnesota officials are saying that they are generally the size of a football and they weigh about 4 pounds. Could be up to 18 inches long. And also, apparently, goldfish can survive in frozen lakes, um, and they need like little to no oxygen for long periods of time.
Hmm.
So they're able to survive in Minnesota extremely well.
That's kind of crazy. I
Yes.
never knew that.
So mutant fish are happening. The world's getting crazier.
Mutant fish.
Also, an article I see right next to this, back to tennis for a second, is Roger Federer is not competing in the Olympics due to re-aggravating his knee injury. So
Mm, that's tough.
looks like Novak Djokovic will win another medal
Probably.
um,
After that
if
one,
Roger
yeah.
Federer is gone. Yes. So,
Oh boy. More dubs for him.
yes, more dubs for him.
Yeah. Whew.
Now, one thing we were talking about earlier in the week, kind of ranting about, was the change in the tipping industry, um, and just how odd it has gotten. Uh, Basically, you have to tip for everything now.
Mhm.
And like, I mean, you go to a coffee shop, they all have those white, like iPad almost looking things with the chip reader, and you put your chip in, and it automatically does like a 20% tip on somebody who doesn't even do anything. They just sit there and take your order for coffee.
Mhm.
It's kind of absurd, and this is popping up everywhere, you know?
It's taking over. Like, so I was at a Major League Baseball game not too long ago, and when you go to a sporting event, you buy some drinks or whatever, you get some food, and then you pay and go sit down. But now they have those damn white iPad things,
Yep.
and they ask you for a tip, and it's like all you did was hand me a bottle of water, and this is like, I don't know. So, I mean, we both have jobs and have worked in tipping and non-tipping jobs, and there's certain things you tip for, like a restaurant, like that's a
Mm-hmm.
given. But then, like, just when you're getting paid a normal wage to do your job, tipping is it's taking over. I mean, Seems kind of crazy. It's like another way to just add on to what you got to pay for. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and I would like to add on here to our listeners that me and Trey here are not assholes who are bad tippers. We are actually very generous tippers, and we believe strongly in that you should be.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
but we also believe it should only be for services that deem it.
Yeah.
uh, it doesn't make sense if somebody's taking my coffee order that and that's
that
all they're
that
doing.
you're not being waited on for.
Yes,
You go
yeah,
up to
yeah,
the
yeah.
counter. Like this is what we're talking about. It's you just go to the counter, you order coffee, they give it to you, and you leave. And it's like nothing's changed with that industry.
No.
And but they're asking for tips now. it's yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I went to a coffee shop the other day. It was a $2.03 coffee, and then it was like leave a tip, and instead of percentage, it was options $1, $2, $3. That's nowhere close to 20%. And in a thing that doesn't deem a tip, the guy took my order.
Yeah,
That's it. It's crazy, you know.
it's interesting.
And we've also talked before about the ridiculousness of the tipping industry, how tipping should be just given, it should go away and everybody should be paid,
Yeah,
you
I mean
know.
they don't tip. I don't think they really tip in other countries. Really, it's just kind of U.S. thing, isn't it? For the most part.
I'm not sure about that. Yeah, I'm not sure
I
about
don't
that.
think it's as big of a deal, at least. Like, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, definitely tip your waiters, tip your waitresses, especially now. I mean, places are
Mhm.
open back up. It's a big deal. Tip generously too, because they were shut down for months and months.
Yep. Yeah, get out
And
there and support your
yeah,
local
and
businesses.
they're working even harder now because I mean, you can't even get a job. Like, I mean, places can't even find people to work. So sometimes people are working double, triple shifts. It's insane. But yeah, I mean, definitely go tip. That's not we're not saying not to tip, but
Yeah, yeah, 100%. We're not saying that. It's just ridiculous, some of these places. And then if we're gonna do it at a coffee shop or a donut shop or whatever, then there are some industries that don't tip that probably, you know what, they deserve it. Like yeah, like retail. You know, you go into a store and somebody waits on you, they help you, they bring you all these items or something like that to help you
hmm
find what you need. They were very helpful, you know. They probably deserve a tip. That's probably what a tipping industry should be. Not taking someone's order in at a coffee shop, you know, and not serving them.
yep, it's interesting. It's world's changing constantly, and I guess it's this has happened since COVID started, but I don't know why that happened. So yeah,
Yes, this has been happening for quite some time, but it definitely seems to have blown up
yeah,
um, a lot more lately.
interesting. Yeah.
Which I actually, I was at a coffee shop and I gave a guy a good tip because he's very friendly, even though I think it's absurd. And then he proceeded to death grip the coffee while handing it to me, and it exploded out of the top
oh my,
at the lid, which is hilarious.
oh my
Uh,
god. How, was it in a transfer? Like,
no, I mean he like picked it up and he like handed it over, and like right when I was going for it, I guess he like squeezed it really hard and it just, like
oh
shot out.
god,
It was
that's
kind of funny.
rough.
I know. Um,
Oh no. Exploding coffee is
yes.
now. Look out, people, because it's probably like 200 degrees too.
Yeah, yeah. Thankfully, I didn't get burned, and it didn't hit him much either. He was wearing long sleeves,
That's good.
but it went all over the counter there,
hmm
which is pretty funny.
Oof. Yeah, look out for the exploding coffee at coffee shops. Be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this since we're talking about coffee, we were talking about Starbucks earlier today, and how absurd it is that people are buying milkshakes and thinking it's coffee. Um, I know
Yes.
you have a big take on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I have a huge gripe with anybody who says they like coffee and then proceeds to put shit in it. It's not coffee unless you drink it black.
Yeah,
I
Grant
guess
is a
I
big black coffee drinker. He doesn't touch it. Nothing goes in it. So
yes, this is true. I mean, I guess I can tolerate like some cream and sugar. If somebody wants to do that, I won't give them hell. But it's absurd to me that people go to Starbucks and order these milkshakes. That it's not coffee.
they're also $5.
Yes, they're
They're
so
so
expensive.
expensive. Yeah,
And also, why would you go to a Starbucks, which isn't even great coffee? It's good. It's not great.
it's okay. I mean, it's
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, I mean, you can go to a
Like, why?
coffee shop.
Yeah, why would you go to a Starbucks where you're gonna get okay coffee instead of go to a local coffee shop? And where you get to know the employees, you build that relationship, and then you find the one they always have. There's in almost every decent sized city, there's going to be a great coffee shop that roasts their own beans,
Yeah,
and it's going to be phenomenal coffee. And then when it's great coffee, you don't have to put shit in it, and you can drink it black because it tastes awesome.
yep.
So
I mean, yeah. I mean, people that may not be used to drinking black coffee, if you get like a good coffee, freshly roasted, it does make a difference, and it does taste a lot better. So recommend. Take the Stairs podcast. Definitely recommends. Go get some good coffee. Try it out, black, and
yes,
yeah,
and take the stairs is you know all about living healthy. That's why we take the stairs, not the escalator. But um, so drinking black coffee is significantly healthier for you than putting cream and sugar in it.
absolutely.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like 0 calories. So, I mean, we're
Yeah.
living in a very, people are trying to be healthier and be more proactive about what they're eating. So, yeah, it's way better
Yeah, for
for you.
sure. Hey, COVID's out there. It's hunting for you. Stay healthy. Drink
Yep.
black coffee.
I like it.
There we go. Yeah.
New slogan.
Get vaccinated. Drink coffee.
All right. What else we
So
got?
we mentioned earlier that we went to a vineyard
Oh,
uh, earlier today.
very good.
Vineyards are a phenomenal experience. If anybody has never been, I think a lot of people think they're like super expensive. They're really not.
No,
You
I
can go
mean,
there.
yeah, I mean, they're not that expensive. I mean, you're gonna go and spend, I don't know, $10, $20 if you want to, but I mean, you're gonna have a great time. We had a great time. I know. It was a good experience. A beautiful place, by the way. Um,
Yes.
it was awesome to see all the grapevines and everything. It was pretty awesome. So definitely recommend.
Yes. We went to the Linville Falls Winery uh, in Newland, North Carolina, I believe.
Yeah, Newland, North Carolina.
Um, Beautiful place, but it's incredible. You can go to a winery and you can buy a glass of wine, which could range anywhere from $7 to $20, and that's it. It's not expensive, and then you can walk around and stuff, and it's a beautiful area. A winery now is a place where we do believe in tipping. Because
Yes,
they do serve you. They do serve
definitely.
you. So
Yes.
you know, tip generously.
Hmm.
Be always be kind and nice to your waiters and waitresses. Just be decent humans, people. Yeah, we had a great time, and
Yeah. I mean, we did a flight. We each did a flight. We got the same wine, so we didn't deviate from each other at all.
we have the
Um,
same exact taste in wines.
Pretty much, yeah. So
We only drink reds.
yeah,
Don't like whites or anything like that.
yeah. We had Cabernet, Merlot, red blend, and then Petit Verdot bottle
Mm.
that you bought, and it was good.
Yeah, fantastic. Recommend the winery if anybody is going on vacation in the Appalachian Mountains. Definitely check out Linville Falls Winery. it was fantastic, and it got a little out of hand on my end. I was
Which
struggling.
you didn't drink too much, I didn't think,
I didn't drink too much.
but
I don't know what happened.
it was enough.
It was enough. I don't know what happened. Uh,
I
but
think if you struggle with the vaccine, maybe you may also struggle at a winery. Those
yes,
two
wine
may go hand in
flights.
hand.
Yes, they may be dangerous.
Yeah, with trying all that different wine, it can mess you up pretty quick. So be careful, drink
Yes,
responsibly. We were safe, so
I was struggling to walk around the tour of the winery. It was very entertaining.
yeah,
A lot of elevation change, so
it's
that's
also
always
true. It's not
fun.
exactly easy walk. The
No,
vineyard is up a mountain, so.
but it's beautiful. Go check
Yeah.
it out. Um,
Hmm.
which we talked about at the vineyard, how the South has become. Well, the South has this. So we live in North Carolina, and the South has this, preconception of being, not very progressive, but actually, all along, the South has been fairly progressive, and here's why. Here's why. Because we say y'all, and y'all is gender neutral. So we have been progressive for 100 years, or however long y'all has been said. You know, we have a storied past and a lot of wrongs, but we're on the right side with y'all, gender neutral from the beginning. So,
Mic
you
drop.
know, yeah, there's one good thing. And then North Carolina specifically, I feel like has this preconception of being like the South, but North Carolina is a very normal state. I
It's
feel
like
like
right in the middle,
yeah.
Like you
I mean,
still have the southern parts, but you also have like, we have a ton of cities here, so I
hmm
mean, completely it's a good blend, you know, of everything. It's nice. Got the mountains, got the coast, got cities, got plenty of rural areas, so yeah.
yeah. I mean, North Carolina is just like a lot of northern states I've been to. How the people are and all, it's just a little more of that like southern generosity, opening the doors, and bless you, ma'am, yes, ma'am. That's probably the biggest one, saying ma'am and sir.
Yes. So you mentioned earlier you were someone could tell that you were southern. Um do you remember that?
Yes, so when I was in New York City, I had been talking to a woman in New York City, and we had just been chatting for a little bit, and it was at a play on Broadway, and she was from New York, and she automatically knew I was from the South, and I asked her how, and she said that you keep saying yes, ma'am, and you're just like really nice about things. You're very she's like, you're too nice to be from up north, which isn't true. There's plenty of nice people up north, but that's what she said to me.
Yeah,
Well, I
cuz
was raised here in North Carolina, but my entire family's from the north.
yeah. I mean, you definitely don't have an accent. I mean, at least that I can tell. I probably have a little bit of one, but I mean, yeah, I don't know how you'd be able to tell. But
Yeah, yeah.
she knew.
Y'all is probably the only thing I say that's super southern.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure there's people listening to this thinking like, "Oh, you sound like a fucking redneck,"
Probably you're probably right.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh man, I know I can definitely sound southern at times, so um yeah,
Yes, you can.
sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I definitely say y'all all the time, so
hmm Well, what else am I gonna say? Am I gonna say you all? Come on, no, I'm not gonna
that's
say
lame.
you all. Yeah,
That's so many words. That's yeah, it's one too many.
that's a lot of syllables,
Yeah. That's
So
you don't want to work harder than you have to. That's like
speaking. What
What were you
were
gonna
you to
say?
say? No, you go. You go.
It was like the from The Office. The guy's like, "Why say more word when short word do trick or something?"
Oh yeah, yeah. That's uh Kevin from The
Yeah,
Office.
Kevin. Yeah, that's what
Yes,
that reminded me of. It's
struggled
like, why
to.
say more words when you don't when you don't have to?
Which, speaking of classic comedies, we've started watching Modern Family.
Yeah.
Hilarious show.
Yeah, great show. Go watch it. It's on
Yeah,
Hulu.
Modern Family is fantastic. If anybody's of a younger generation who didn't see it back when it first started, you gotta go watch it. It is hilarious.
Yep.
We have been plowing through episodes.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it before, so it's hilarious. We're like already halfway through the season. We just started watching it, so
Yeah,
it's good.
yeah, definitely recommend that one. And then, speaking of Southern generosity, um, the other night we had been. It was my birthday recently, and we were celebrating. So I had a few drinks, and um, I I never understand why people are mean drunks. If anything, it just makes me happier and more social, all that kind of stuff. But I got an email from Allbirds, which is a sneaker company, and they wanted me to fill out a customer service thing reviewing this guy, Jeremy, who had helped me out with an issue I had with an order. And I left him an incredible review. My goal was to advance this guy's career in one night.
He definitely got a
Um,
promotion
yeah,
yesterday.
I really hope he got a promotion because Jeremy really was fantastic. I wasn't bullshitting. Um,
It took him like 3 minutes to email you, right?
yeah, it was very quick. So I had a issue. It wasn't a complaint. I just had an issue. I needed to change something. I needed to change the shipping address I used. Jeremy hooked me up in no time, and I was super appreciative of that. And I left him a great review. And I hope, Jeremy, if you ever listen to this podcast, that you got promoted. And they cited my review.
Yep. Definitely. Definitely got that promo.
Well, I hope so. I'm pulling for you, Jeremy. Go get that big money. So yeah, guys, I think that's really it we got for this week. Trey, you got anything you want
Yep.
to
I
add?
mean, can't think of anything at the moment. Go check out the Twitter Take the Stairs podcast. We'll be posting this podcast on YouTube and more. Stay tuned. We'll keep the tweets up as more info comes out on the podcast. This is episode 1. So we're starting out. Yeah, we're going to keep it consistent. We're going to try to do one every week. So, yeah, just stay tuned. And yeah, you got anything?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna do a podcast every week. We will set a date, and we'll always put it out on Twitter when we're gonna go live. Try to give you all a heads up. And so the Twitter is again at Take the Stairs Podcast. So you can reach out to us through there. And then also you can email us at takethestairspodcast@gmail.com. So yeah, we really appreciate you listening and hope you enjoyed. We're really looking forward to keeping this up and getting better every time and trying to make the podcast as good as it could be. So we'd love to hear feedback from you all. So please reach out. Don't be shy. So yeah, go out there, be happy, live your life, treat people with kindness, and always take the stairs. So we're out. Thank you guys so much. Have a good week.
Peace, guys.